Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night. But tell me, Eddie, is that a rabbit in your pocket, or you just happy to see me?
StreamYard is such a fucking bitch sometimes. It used to be that I can click on like the next video and it would start immediately, but it says no. It says it just sits there. It says no, I'm not going to start. So I'm going to make you have to click it again. I don't know what's going on in StreamYards, but welcome everyone. Welcome to the not now, but like monthly edition. We used to do this once a week, but it got to a point where it's like I probably would have committed a felony if we had to keep doing this every week. So I made the executive decision for it to go to once a month. Once a month talking about Cringe. We talk about Cringe enough either if I'm making a video or on Talk Nerdy to Us, generally every Saturday. So it would have been, if I kept it to once a week, it would have been like 8 times a month at least, not including any videos I made. But anyway, shameless plug, I put a video out today. Apparently, now granted, this may not even be relevant in the actual movie, but the fact that the director and lead actor in the new Transformers movie even remotely touched upon how it was going to showcase Black and Latino representation both behind and in front of the camera. It was like, that's kind of a red flag. But anyways, I did a video on that, so go check it out if you haven't already. But yeah, before I say hello to the chat and go into the topics, Stieg, you happy to be back to talk about Cringe?
I'm overjoyed, madam.
Yes.
I have a big cup of Earl Grey just to make this hour and a half perfect.
Oh, hopefully it's not quite an hour and a half. I do want to try to keep it short. But yeah, so we got some topics to go over. But anyway, do you have are you doing the book stream this week? Like anything coming up?
No, because Rennie's getting married this weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So
the book stream was going so well that she found a husband.
Yeah.
Imagine that. That's how good Teresa's streams are.
Yeah. It's like, damn it. But anyway, yeah. So when they return, go check it out. That's on Ms. Martin Muse's channel. And it's like Teresa, Stieg, Lady Gravemaster sometimes shows up, Rennie, whenever she's like, done with her honeymoon. Who else? Does Lady Toriel pop in?
She used to, but okay. Not lately, no.
Okay, but that's generally every Saturday at around 12 p.m. Eastern. So if you are available and want to check it out, I actually talk about stuff that is not cringe, go check those streams out. But we'll be talking about some cringe this evening, and Steve, you're going to have to get like a D6 out because we have 3 topics. I wanted, like I said, try to keep it relatively short.
I already have one out.
Yes, because we have Avatar, The Way of the Water. Now, I think the first Avatar is way overrated. As I'm not a fan of the first movie. If for those of you who do not know, I'm not a fan at all of the first movie. But apparently, the second one, Way of the Water, production notes appear to confirm film will push climate change and colonization propaganda. Which, I mean, if they watched the first one, yeah, there was a little bit of colonization propaganda in that as well. That's part of the reason why I didn't like the first one. It's like I don't know how people did not see the agenda in that film. If you like the movie, fine, but don't pretend there's no agenda in that movie.
Oh yeah, it was basically like a Greenpeace movie.
Yeah,
to be fair, given the premise of Avatar, colonization stuff has to be there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's.
I mean, it didn't necessarily have to be there. The reason why it was there, it was per the socio-political agenda behind it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we have that on Bounding into Comics, and then there's a little bit of cringe because we're talking about DnD, but apparently a financial report shows that D&D and Magic the Gathering creator Wizard of the Coast has had a $60 million decline in earnings compared to last year's quarterly revenue. Sorry. So they're starting to lose money. And I saw someone in the chat saying like, isn't Willow a 1980s film? It is, and there's apparently a show. The series, I have not watched it. I did not really care to watch it. But according to Warwick Davis, he took a page from Mark Hamill's book while filming Willow series, and he compared his character, Willow, to The Last Jedi's Luke Skywalker.
And lo and behold, in the Willow show, apparently Mad Mortigan's been turned into deadbeat dad.
Yes, so...
Sound familiar?
Yeah, so like more pieces of the puzzle are falling into place.
Apparently, with the Willow show, they managed to... they managed to check all the boxes in the most stereotypical way. It's gone beyond cringe or something.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I didn't bother watching. Like, as soon as... I mean, didn't really have any interest at all in watching it, because prior to leading up to it, I was starting to see the writing on the wall. But what really, really kept me from even morbidly out of curiosity watching it was when that Star Wars girl tweeted out that apparently Mad Mardigan is a deadbeat dad. Now, I get that, like, originally that character was going to be in the series. But because the actor, as you know, is suffering from throat cancer.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it. And then like COVID happened and he didn't want to risk his health. So
yeah. Oh, and George Lucas and Chris Claremont wrote a trilogy of books that were the sequel to Willow. So Disney pissed all over his work yet again.
Yeah. So I get that. But since you weren't able to include that character, then I would have rather they say like it would have been like, unceremonious, but at least it would have been better than a deadbeat dad. And that is if he had died in the years between when the movie happened and when the series takes place. I would have rather that, and that would have been at least not good, but better explanation than him just being a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, but better have the character be dead than kill and destroy the character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's like not an ideal explanation, but at least it would have been better. Yeah, I see that. I know she's that Star Trek girl now on Twitter because, yeah. But I'm going to say hello to the chat, and then we'll get into the topic. So from the top, I see Ms. Martin Muses. Hello. This does not show up on StreamYard for some reason.
It's a white square.
I can't tell what it is on YouTube. But anyway, thank you, your Barmy. Good to see you. And a $4.99 super chat from Gravy D. Greetings, Mara, Steeg, and chat. Can't wait for Avatar 2 Way of Wussy. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what it is. First one was like dancing with Smurfs. Hello, Jacob Ironside. Good to see you. Sunny Brave Megatron. Paramount needs to bring back Travis Knight. Yeah. I want to binge. Hold on. I'm going to scroll back up. No, never mind. Hold on. Trey, this is what I want to see. He says, hey, Mara, Steeg, I'm ready for the cringe. First off, I'm going to play your greeting.
Me. Oh, what up, my knitter?
So there you go. And secondly, that site you tipped me off to watch Terrifier 2 has all 3 seasons of Beast Wars. And I'm going to be binging that. I'm going to be binging Beast Wars because I don't want to say the movie itself is going to be bad, but I just have a gut feeling that at the very best it'll be meh. I just have this gut feeling, especially with but again, it could have been them talking out of their asses, but with like them ever bringing up Black and Latino representation, as if we've never fucking had that before. For the like Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, it is what it is. So, yeah, I see Stig's in the chat. Hello.
You're supposed to read it. It was a rhyme. You're supposed to read it. with conviction.
No. Chicken go cluck cluck, cow go moo. I'm just an animal. How about you?
Clip it, people. You got
No.
her.
No. Hello, Cyberpal. Thank you. Yes, you were waiting me. And yes, this is my Rumble. Just in case I get claimed here, I doubt I'll get claimed on this stream, but any other stream I do, for some reason, somehow I trigger the bots on YouTube and it gets claimed. So whatever I do here will get mirrored now on Rumble as well as Odyssey. So, yes, apparently Wonder Woman 3 is not moving forward, which is like, pretends to be shocked. Wonder Woman 1984 was a piece of shit.
Yeah, the second one was so universally acclaimed, according to the media. What happened?
Yeah, I know. So universally acclaimed. I don't know what universe they were living in, but... So Drew Underground says, Hail, Steve Kenobi and the beautiful Jade Shadow. Thank you so much, Drew. Good to see you. Keely, hello, what's up? Dr. Coffinails, good evening to you. Yes, I'm the benevolent, magnanimous queen. I don't think I've ever been called benevolent.
No, you got that one wrong.
Yeah. I threaten him pretty much every D&D session.
Weekly. In between sometimes, too.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this is what the comment I was talking about. Yeah, it's in Willow, a kid's movie from the 1980s. It is, and like I said, it was a movie. And now they're doing a series. Basically, it's kind of like decades after in terms of like even in the plot of the series, not just like in our reality, but decades after it initially happened. Honora Danning is there's a mystery, I guess, apparently surrounding her character, like where is she? Like, sort of a situation. And you're following these new characters that you really don't give a shit about. Mad Mardigan's a deadbeat dad. Who has like left his wife and their 2 children, one of which is a lesbian. Apparently, I don't know. Which was so organic, and it's like if all this was so organic, then why are you patting yourselves on the back for it? Pretty much, just we don't fucking care. Let the story just flow. Anyway, it's a continuation from.
They were supposed to raise Alora Dannon, though, so she could be queen.
Yeah, that's what they were supposed to do, but now she's disappeared. So it's like because reasons, and like you have to make sense to the plot, which has to make sense to what the movie set up. Yeah, and the movie set it up that Mad Mardigan and what's the character's name?
Oh, the lady? Saoirse.
But they were supposed to raise her. Yeah. Yeah, but I can't remember the actress. I can't remember the actress's name. But anyway, their characters were supposed to raise. Yeah. Oh yeah.
She used to be married to Val Kilmer.
Yeah. Yeah. So but their characters were supposed to raise her. That's literally how the movie ended when Willow was leaving. The castle was saved. Literally, like they fought off those creatures, defeated the evil queen, witch, whatever you want to call her. All that was defeated. The castle was good, like was clean again. It was good again. The humans that were kind of encased in stone are now alive. So it's like it's supposed to be happily ever after, right? So, but what happened?
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, this is my live channel. At some point, I will get back to adding stuff to that channel, and doing solo streams has not been the best time of year with schedule in terms of like working around the major holidays. And this Friday will prove no exception because I will be away from home for most of the days. I will not be able to do a solo stream. I might try to put a video out, but that's the best I can do on Friday, but it's been difficult. Yes, this is Teresa's channel. Hello, Hassan or Hudson. Good to see you. Avatar 2 blue balls. Yeah, pretty much. Avatar equals military bad. Yeah, I say that. People are like, no, it doesn't mean military bad. I'm like, yeah, it essentially does. Even if it's the military and military industry complex, it's still essentially saying military bad.
Yeah.
It's simply the military bad. If you boil down to it, it doesn't matter if it's the complex or not. It's military bad in that movie, and like they don't seem to want to like acknowledge it.
I still kind of like the movie though, but I'm never gonna say it was fantastic.
It was it was overrated in my opinion. If we had done like an overrated list of like overrated movies in our opinion, it would have been like number one, most likely on my list.
That's something for a top 5, top 10 sometime. Like overrated movies that everyone else likes.
Yeah,
We'll just piss off the chat.
Yeah, very much piss off the chat. Very much.
Yeah, they'll turn on us. I'll tell you one though that's really overrated. The Fifth Element.
So I don't consider it overrated. I watch it because pretty much because like memes. Like it's grown on me. Like I'm not like objectively I know it's not good. Objectively I know it's not good, but subjectively I enjoy watching it primarily because of like the memes.
I hate it.
That came from it. But anyway, yeah, so this is my Twitch also.
Trey Courtney had a reaction immediately. Stieg, no, Stieg.
Yeah, these are tails that please each other. Yeah, it's not their tails. I think it's their hair. But it was like uber weird nonetheless. Hey Timon, good to see you. Is a bad sign. Yeah, pretty much. That was like, yeah, it's like the article itself is like not entirely cringe, but the fact that it's like there's even a comparison to The Last Jedi is the cringe part. Just say he's on a really long mission, something, but at the same time, it's like they'd have to explain why the character is not like back at all. And like I said, I would have rather them say like somehow like he died of like some natural causes off screen, or died defending his family. Something. It would have been rather unceremonious because it would have been off screen, but at the same time, it's like I'd rather that than him be a deadbeat dad.
Here's the thing though: if Alora Dannon is missing, you just have Matt Mordigan died trying to protect her. And
something. Yeah, something. It would have been better than the explanation we got.
Yeah, and then just do like a flashback scene where you see like Matt Mordigan chopping down a bunch of enemies and.
Yeah, go out Boromir style, pretty much.
Yeah, just the de-aging thing that they keep using.
Yeah, and again, like Val Kilmer is like suffering from throat cancer, and he's not. It's difficult for him, but at the same time, it's like I feel like for just a scene, he could have come back. Could have come back for that, or something, or at least have another actor stand in and like have Val Kilmer's face on like de-aged. On it, and would have been better as a flashback. Hey, Gigawatt. Yes. I'm only seeing it for G1 Prime and Peter Collin. There was another article I read that I almost covered. I might show it real fast at the end of the stream, depending on how long it takes, but just to show you why I have other reservations for Transformers Rise of the Beasts.
RC looked good in the trailer.
RC?
The female Autobot. She looked just like she did in the cartoons.
The Maximals, they look a bit too big. I'm not wild about the designs I saw, and I'm still all about where the fuck is Dinobot? The new Transformers is shit. Well, the movies themselves, they've been pretty shit.
The Netflix show, War on Cybertron, that one was awesome. Actually, it's like a mini series with 2 miniseries sequels, I think.
Hey Sam, good to see you all. Hope you're well. I'm doing well. Hope I'm. As much as I love Christmas, I can't wait for it to be over so I can actually finally relax. Like today, I ordered the lamb for Christmas Day lunch meal. So yeah. Yes, I do because you try to blackmail me with fake news. So yeah. Well, they're bankrupt of ideas. They're not going to be bankrupt in terms of like their coffers, but if they keep pushing this, then they have a chance of going under, or at least declaring some type of bankruptcy. So, yeah. Warwick Davis reminding us again that Lucas should have cast Kenny Baker in the movie. Yeah.
Well, Warwick Davis, Disney's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
So he is sucking up and shilling and showing up to all the conventions and.
Yeah. Maybe try discipline light on your posters and turn off the ceiling lights. Angle the cam for less glare in your glasses. No. I don't. It'll be a little too dark in here. So. Hey Phil, hello. Thank you for the game. Look like $1 million. And he says, "Hey Stig."
Hi, I look like $5.
Yeah, Shining would be on my list too. I would most likely anger a lot of people. And when I say a movie is overrated, I'm not necessarily saying the movie's bad. Like Avatar, I think the movie is fine. It's fine at best. The Shining, my biggest issue with the movie is the casting of the two main characters. Jack Nicholson looks like he's about ready to snap even before he gets to the hotel. And Shelley Duvall, her acting is good, but I'm looking at the casting choice and I'm like, yeah, I don't buy them being together. So
Batman versus Superman as well. That one's shit.
Well, that's going to be a contention there, but
Geek Blend showing up immediately in the chat.
Yeah, you'll just trigger everything. Mine will be all MCU movies. Well, a good chunk of them. At least post Guardians of the Galaxy, they just became so fucking formulaic. And they moving down an Oscar movie. Yeah, I'm saying it's entertaining. I watch it subjectively because of the memes and shit like that. Like the movie itself, I will admit it's not good.
The opera singer looks like AOC.
That was the director's wife, or at least wife at the time. And then he left her for Mia Jovovich.
Yeah, who he puts in every movie.
Yeah, he puts in every fucking movie now. Hello, Glam Dude. Hey, Disparu. Fifth Element is a fun movie. It's not meant to be serious. Yeah, it's not meant to be serious. That's why that's part of the reason why I enjoy it, because I watch it for what it is.
Yeah, I fully agree. It's just a fun, movie and all that, but I still don't like it.
Most Australian films are overrated. Well, I really need to watch a lot more Australian films, because the only ones I've really seen are Wolf Creek, the Snowtown Murders.
Have you watched Razorback?
And I haven't seen that. And
that
Bad Boy Bubby.
Insane cinematography in Razorback.
And Chopper.
Bad Boy Bubby is a masterpiece. All who deny that are my foes.
Yeah, those are the 4 movies I've seen: Chopper, Bad Boy Bubby, Snowtown Murders, and Wolf Creek.
I have not seen Wolf Creek. Was it good?
It's good, but it's like how do I put this? It's pretty violent.
Okay, I'll watch it then.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's like
Rogue. Trey Courtney is recommending Rogue. That one is good. Crocodile movie.
No. Well, Babe, I wouldn't consider an Aussie movie. Was it filmed in Australia? Because I know it starred the actress that was on, Kath and Kim, who is, I don't know, come out recently. She's a lesbian. She played so I know she was in Babe. Any Oscar movies are arguably overrated these days? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Aussies made Wentworth, and I thought that was great TV. Like I said, I haven't seen. I need to kind of Is 100% Australian? Okay, yeah. Then I've seen Babe. So, but anyway, yeah. This chick right here, Magda Zubanski. I already pronounced her name. So, I forgot about that. But he kind of comes to America, so I'm like,
yeah.
But yeah.
Crocodile Dundee's awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're gonna get into the topics now. So Steve has a D6.
I have a D6.
And from my left to right, just so you have perspective from 1, 2, 3, it's Avatar, DnD, and the Willow article.
Okay. Willow.
All right, we're gonna start with the less cringe one, pretty much.
Yeah, Willow is smaller anyway, so.
Let me kind of zoom in a bit. Chat. All right, so how Last Jedi's Luke inspired Warwick Davis's Willow show return.
Right there. First mistake. Short-sighted.
Oh my god. You're gonna have so many puns for this, pretty much.
Yeah,
I have not seen Man from Snowy River. I've not seen that Western flick. So
he's
I should take that back and to include the Mad Max films. I've seen those. So
he's on my pecking order.
yes. Anyway. So Warwick Davis took a page from Mark Hamill's book while filming Willow's series, comparing his character Willow to The Last Jedi's Luke Skywalker.
That's a lot of small talk from him.
I'm just going to go into the article. I'm pretty sure he'll have plenty of puns as I'm going through. But yeah, chat. So yeah, he inspired to be shitty. Yeah, small-minded. Yeah. Warwick should have just did another Leprechaun movie. Yeah, at this point, just do another Leprechaun movie. So Willow star Warwick Davis took note of Mark Hamill's portrayal of Luke Skywalker in Star Wars The Last Jedi to shape his return to the Disney Plus sequel series. The Disney Plus show, which premiered on November 30th, came 3 decades after his predecessor, the 1988 Ron Howard movie of the same name. Created by Jonathan Kasdan, well, there's a first bit red flag right there. The series brought back Warwick Davis in his titular role of Willow Ufgood, as well as bringing in an ensemble cast of newcomers that no one fucking cares about, including Ellie Bambor, Ruby Cruz, Aaron Kellyman, Tony Revolori, Amar Shada Patal, and Dempsey Brooke. I have no idea how to pronounce some of those names.
It's basically one of each race. So the Willow show is basically the Noah's Ark of TV.
Yeah. So George Miller's Mad Max and Babe, it all fits. Yeah, all fits. Man, I'm saying but to be fair, it's it's not the fact that they're necessarily no names, because the Cobra Kai series, the new characters are essentially no names as well. I really didn't know any of these, the young actors at all. But the thing is, the writing
were cast for their they were cast for their talent.
Yes,
these actors are cast for checking boxes.
Yes, they were cast for their talent, and the writing made it so that it showed the way to do it essentially, and that is focus on the original characters and then gradually build up the new characters, so that way you now not only care about the original characters, but you care about the new characters. This, however, what the impression I'm getting is that you're basically thrust into this series and you have to care about these new characters because reasons. Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting.
And if you don't, you're an ist.
Yeah. So it's like the fact that there are no names is not the issue. It's the fact that they were there to check. They're there to check off boxes, and you have to care for them. You're not given any organic reason to care for them in the writing. And how how the plot moves and so forth. No, you just have to, because reasons. They are the focus, so you have to care for them because reasons. Hey, right, Kitty, good to see you. All right, so as the latest in a series of Star Wars Legacy sequels, including the final 3 films in the Skywalker saga, a Palpatine won, as well as Disney Plus shows Obi-Wan Kenobi and Andor, Willow followed the trend of featuring an original actor as the returning character. During a conversation with The Hollywood Reporter, Davis explained how he has taken inspiration from other Star Wars Legacy sequels for his performance in Willow. In particular, Davis indicated that Mark Hamill's portrayal of an older Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi was helpful in informing his return to the character after 3 decades away. See what he had to say below.
To be fair,
Right.
though, to the Last Jedi, Mark Hamill's performance in it was not bad. He was actually good with the shit writing he had to
the
work
performance
with.
itself was good.
Yeah,
but the writing was bad and his character was butchered.
Yeah.
So, but like this is what Warwick Davis had to say. The one thing I took note of in particular was Mark Hamill returning to Luke Skywalker and how he went about the approach for that. I thought he was really interesting, and it wasn't the expected approach, certainly. He came at it from quite a different angle, and I also did the same. I noticed that Mark didn't try to play the character younger. He just leaned into his more mature years, and that's really what I did as Willow. I'm 52 now. The first time I played the character, I was only 17. So I thought, well, let's not deny the fact that you're 52. Let's use that to make this character more interesting, more grounded, and more well-rounded as well.
To be fair, there's nothing wrong with what he's saying there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
it's not exactly what he's saying. Like I said earlier, it's not exactly what he's saying that's cringe. It's the fact that he's actually taking any inspiration from.
Yeah, even Mark Hamill had a go at how Luke was portrayed several times in that movie.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe not listen to, take inspiration from that. I haven't seen the Willow show though, so it could be Warwick Davis is great in it and everything else is shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see yet another favorite of mine get butchered, so I'm staying clear.
I'm not going to watch this and give Disney Plus any clicks. I'd find a way to sail the high seas essentially if I were at all going to watch this. So The Last Jedi was released in 2017, blah blah blah. This just goes into the fact that when Hamill started as Luke in The Last Jedi, his appearance came 34 years after his leading stint in Return of the Jedi, which is exactly how long it was between the Willow series and Willow the movie. In addition, both projects feature a previously fresh-faced and hopeful legacy character made darker and more unsettled by the myriad life experiences they had encountered since their last appearance. In the cases of both characters, their powers only grew stronger with age, with mental obstacles serving as the thing that sometimes holds them back in their respective legacy sequels. So there it is. Just give you an impression of his character. That's what they're saying right here.
He's basically saying the right things, hoping his employer will hear it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, but in this case, it shows it looks like he's telling, short of telling the other characters to get off his lawn. All right, but that's it. That's it for the article. So yeah, so that last paragraph is where it's like, this paragraph right here just would give me major pause.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
Trey
it's too
saying
cringe.
I see over on the YouTube side.
I'm thinking it's more like a bad sign rather than too cringe.
Well, it's a bad sign, but Trey's saying people who've watched it said it's shit.
Yeah.
So
it's even with all the shill accounts, it's still down to a 5 or something on IMDb.
Yeah. So it said last paragraph here was Willow is in a similar state with an 83% critic score and 30% audience rating.
Yeah.
So,
well, the critic score doesn't even matter at this point because they're all shills or political activists.
I love this last sentence right here. However, the Disney Plus series has only released a handful of episodes, so it's possible that viewers will warm up to the show as season 1 continues, especially considering that the Willow movies lasting popularity with audiences. If you don't hook someone in the first 2 episodes, you're not going to fucking warm up to the series.
No.
They're not going to warm up.
That's an odd thing to say, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why the Willow movie kind of flopped was it just... I don't remember it being shown anywhere, to be honest. It's just... straight to, it's kind of like Tremors.
Wow.
It was really popular on VHS, you know?
Yeah.
So they're saying that the movie is only popular after you watch the whole thing.
Or the season, pretty much.
Yeah, but
like,
if you
it's
apply
like
the same thing to the movie.
Yeah. But at the same time, a movie and a series are the same in the sense that it doesn't catch you in the first, like a movie. I'd say probably the first 10 minutes, and I'm probably being very generous when I say that. It's not going to keep your attention because it needs a hook, and everything needs a hook.
Yeah,
to grab your attention.
Willow hooked me from the get-go.
Yeah, I'm saying like everything needs a hook, and if you're not hooked from the get-go, and like I said, I'm being very generous with the 10 minutes because it depends on how slow of a burn the start is. But if you get past that 5 to 10 minute mark and you still have not gotten the attention of the viewer, then they're not going to warm up to it, regardless if it's a movie or a TV series.
Yeah, and this TV show comes with a lot of those fans that they mentioned. Yeah. And not even they are hooked.
Yeah. I mean, it says 30% rating. That's lower than the rating than for The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I definitely don't believe that rating because Disney had a little hand in that. But at the same time, it's like that's not good. At the very least, for me to at all give anything a chance, critics and audiences would have to be at least close in terms of score. If there's that big of a disparity and it's like winning critics over, that's a red flag for me.
Someone had done some digging around on it was one of the Disney movies. I can't remember which one. It was a couple of years ago. It had 20,000 scores of 10 before it had been shown anywhere, and all of the accounts were new. They were brand new, and they all originated in India. Which lends credence to the thing where Disney got busted using a company in India to boost reviews and all that.
Yeah, so that's why I said I don't really believe those scores. At least for Last Jedi. Willow, I don't know. I haven't looked into that, but yeah, they were busted. It says, Bamara, you don't understand. The bad ratings are toxic fans just hate reviewing, not because the show is terrible. Yeah, I know. It's Russian. It's Russian bots.
Yeah.
But anyway, not much more we can say about this article. It's that red flag, like what he says right here is not exactly cringe, but down here is like gives me major pause. So yeah, so there it is. There is Willow being essentially taking inspiration from Jake Skywalker in The Last Jedi. So that's one article down. Whew.
That one wasn't so bad.
No, I think like the really cringe one is like the Avatar one and what they go into a little bit. So, but we got the DnD and we got Avatar. Avatar is number 1, left to right. Avatar, then DnD.
Avatar.
Oh, goody. Yeah, the Indians just love the movie that much, yeah. See, the thing is, like, they don't want to admit is that review bombing happens on both ends of the spectrum. So, I'm not saying, like, there aren't people that go in and give, like, a really bad review, like, a really bad score, and, like, have not really watched it or not, like, they just want to do it because people will go in on the other end of the spectrum and give it, like, a 10 out of 10, like, just because, pretty much. Like, for example, Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. That's what they did with Last of Us Part 2. They review bombed it on the one end of the spectrum to give it like 10 out of 10s and things like that to boost its score. And then when they were bitching about cultural appropriation in Ghost of Tsushima, even though the Japanese loved that game, they were going in and purposely giving it 1s out of 10s, 2s out of 10s, just because. Because we can't have it beat Last of Us Part 2. So yeah. But anyway, so Avatar. So here it is. Boom. All right. Avatar: The Way of Water production notes appear to confirm film will push climate change and colonization propaganda. Shocker. Pretty much. So pick and choose they do. Yeah, exactly. Anything the critics like, you can bet it will suck. More often than not, yes. There are very rare occurrences where even critics praising it, the movie is actually good. Very rare occurrences. Emphasis on very and rare. Anyway, there is colonization propaganda even in the first one. Even in the first one, in a sense.
Yeah.
And now it looks like they're going to promote climate change.
This is not going to end well if it turns out, climate change was bullshit.
Well, see, the thing is, climate change used to be called global warming, and when that didn't pan out, they changed it to, they altered the name to climate change. So if there's any deviation in the weather that could possibly prove what they are saying, that's like, oh, look, climate change is real. And anybody who's read anything about, literally the history of the Earth will say, yeah, no shit. We've had many ice ages in the past. What's your fucking point?
And climate is caused by the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And Mars is having the same changes as Earth right now.
Yeah.
But they skipped that bit.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't fit their narrative. And they're all
and,
about...
remember the hole in the ozone layer?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. That was like the whole thing about global warming. And when that did not pan out, it was like, oh, we can't admit we were wrong. So we got to change it. We got to start calling it climate change.
Yeah.
So, and again, we're like, yeah, no shit. The Earth goes through that. The Earth goes through that.
Oh, yeah. Jaluk said, acid rain.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. Can we just admit the colonization wasn't that bad, concerning we all now live amongst each other and enjoy having these live streams? Wouldn't have happened without colonization. Yeah, I'm not saying necessarily the colonization itself is bad. They're saying this. Colonization itself is not bad. Are there instances where it is? Yes. Read a history book.
Basically, the methods used was bad.
Yeah. Yes.
Often.
Read a history book. It wasn't all good. However, like I said, the concept in itself is not bad. Is not bad. But they are, at least we're going to go through this article, they are promoting it as if it's like just colonization bad. Pretty much. But anyway.
Nobody should be colonized against their will.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mr. Bentham. So. Alright, production notes for Avatar: Way of Water appear to confirm the film will push both climate change and colonization propaganda. In the production notes provided by the Walt Disney Company to Bounding into Comics, it provides significant details regarding the plot of the film. The notes state, heroic Jake Sully, having begun Avatar as a paraplegic Marine grieving the death of his twin brother and desperately searching for a new path, now begins the Way of Water as the happily married patriarch of his family and the head of the Amadikai, I can't remember how to pronounce the damn word, clan, fully inhabiting his Na'vi body. Right? Family is our fortress, he often reminds wife Neytiri and their children, Netiam, Loak, Tuck, and adopted teenage daughter Carrie, voiced apparently by Sigourney Weaver. Much to Jake's and Neytiri's chagrin, their kids often hang out with Spider, a human child orphaned by the war and too small at the time to return to Earth, it adds. This is not gripping me. It goes on, the Amadikaya clan has lived a rather idyllic life for more than a decade before a growing star in the night sky signals the return of the human invaders. When human forces and massive destructive equipment land on Pandora, the Solis and the rest of the clan are forced to create a secure stronghold in a giant cavern located within one of the massive floating rock formations that are part of the Hallelujah Mountains. Can you be any more on the fucking nose?
The Hallelujah Mountains?
Yes. The notes then appear to signal that the film will be pushing climate change and colonization propaganda. They read, the Sky People return to Pandora not just to run a mining operation to strip the moon of the valuable mineral known as unobtainium. Can you, again, this is again, all right, another issue I had with the first film. Because if there's ever any example of being massively on the fucking nose with whatever agenda you were pushing, it's that name right fucking there. Unobtainium. Yeah. Unobtainium. Are you? I read that in a review. I thought he was joking. I went to go see the movie. It was legitimate name. Unobtainium.
Mm-hmm.
What the fucking hell? Again, like I'm saying, you can like the movie. I don't give a shit if you like Avatar. I really don't. Me shitting on it does not mean you can't like it. But don't sit there and pretend that there was no agenda in that movie. When literally right fucking there in these goddamn ads, but we're literally right there, unobtainium, the name. So on the nose. I know they gave an explanation in the movie, and I don't remember it, and I quite frankly don't really care. But I'm saying, like, that name right there literally has agenda in it. But anyway, instead the Resources Development and Administration returns in force with the added objective to colonize the entire moon and make it the new home for humanity, as Earth is on the precipice of no longer being inhabitable. Destroying a large swath of forest, the RDA erects a giant wall. They are building the wall, folks! They're building the wall! Erects a giant walled city on the ocean's edge called Bridgehead. Leading the RDA's on-world assets is unyielding General Francis Ardmore, played by Edie Falco. It adds, "Wow, Ardmore." I think the lack of testosterone has affected James Cameron's brain.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was the one who suggested killing off John Connor in the new Terminator movie too, and replace him with a minority lady.
Fuck yeah, build that wall, keep the blue tail fucking hose out of here. Yeah, pretty much. Oh my god. The climate change propaganda is baked into the premise that the Earth is somehow doomed and has become inhabitable in the decade or so since the first film. It's not hard to make the assumption that the reason for that will be climate change, the current trendy phrase used by NASA and others to describe what they used to call global warming, or humanity being the root cause of a rise in global temperatures. As for the colonization propaganda, it's right there in the RDA's goals. They want to colonize the entire moon. And it's no surprise that the colonizers will be depicted as the villains. This goes along with the current regime narrative that colonialism is bad. Like I said, colonialism in itself is not bad. It's not good either, but in itself is not bad. It depends on the methods used.
Or the reasons behind it.
Yeah. And I'm saying, like, you have to, like, there's more complex than just saying, colonization is bad or colonization is good. No, you have to actually look into the actual history and say, yeah, this one was good. This one worked out for everyone involved. This one was not good. So, evolving into something so broad, yeah. Or before that, global cooling, gotta love their butt. Yeah, I'm saying global warming, global cooling, and when none of that panned out, it became climate change. Because now it encompasses both global warming and global cooling, which has been going on in terms of, like, the shift in the Earth's temperatures and climates and so forth since literally the creation of the planet. Yeah, only the European colonization. Yeah, that's bad. But like the Moors, the Huns, the Ottomans, yeah, they're good.
China.
They're good. They were mostly peaceful colonizations. Fucking hell. The position of the Earth in relation to the Sun. Yeah, it's pretty much since the creation of the planet. Like I said, literally since the creation of the planet, it's been happening. Hell, you can pick up a book, and I'm talking to people who like promote climate change as a narrative. Pick up a book. The Earth has had many ice ages, post the actual ice age. Where was the global warming then?
Aren't we still technically on the aren't we still technically in the ice age, like right at the end of it?
Yeah, I'm saying it's they don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I'm just gonna go through this. Like, I'm not gonna go through this entire article because this does go into like the whole spiel with the narrative and things like that. So if you want to read it, it's on Bounty in the comics. You can find it. He says, while it's unclear what the exact choice will be in the movie, based on these notes, trying to force an either or choice appears to be the wrong answer. There are probably a number of choices the family could make, with the one popping instantly in my head is Sully sending his wife and kids away as he continues to lead the men against the invasion of the RDA. Nevertheless, the notes reveal the decision he makes after making the long journey across the vast oceans of Pandora. The Sullys arrive at the home of Metkaina clan, led by Ronald. Oh, it's a matriarch. Okay, it's led by Kate Winslet and Tonawari. All right, whoever Cliff Curtis is. There, Jake involves.
You definitely know who he is. He's an Aussie, Maori Aussie. You've probably seen him in 100 movies.
I probably have.
He's everywhere. Great actor, by the way.
You know, I'm going to have to look him up because I probably recognize him by face and not name.
Yeah, you definitely recognize him by face.
There, Jake invokes Uturu, a Navi tradition stating that any refugee seeking sanctuary must be granted safe harbor. That's literally taking from the Pashto or Pashtun, whatever you want to call it, in Afghanistan, of Nanawate, meaning if you ask for Nanawate, they have to give you sanctuary. That's where he's taking that from. So when you invoke that, it kind of does sound almost Pashtuan. That's what that's invoking. That's what that reminds me of. I would bet that's where Cameron got that, in a sense. I'm not saying it's the only place, but that's the one that comes to my mind straight away. It's Nanawate. If you're in Afghanistan and like you invoke that, they can't, like, they're basically bound by tradition to give you sanctuary, even if they want to kill you. Watch The Beast. That's where I learned that from. The Beast. With George Chizunza and Jason Patrick.
Wait, Quaritch is in this one too?
What?
Quaritch, the guy, what's his name? Stephen Lang played, is apparently in this one too. He died. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I'm saying there was another article where it explains how he appears, and I don't really care. Yeah, so Quaritch is returned somehow, even though he was killed by Natiri in the first one, or at least that's
he
what
was.
you're led to believe.
He was almost played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hey, Abomination. To Stephen Lang's credit, like, he's a good actor. Like,
he was very good in the first movie.
In the direction, yeah, he's very good.
Yeah,
but again, like, his character is entirely propaganda based. I can't believe it's the same actor that played General Pickett in Gettysburg. Like, that's how good of an actor he is.
Oh, Tombstone plays Ike Clanton.
Yeah, Tombstone. Like, he is. I think he's. If we were doing like a 10 list of like underrated actors and actresses, he'd be on the list. He's underrated in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if he had buffed up the way he is now in the 90s, and you'd stick blonde hair on him, he'd be a perfect Duke Nukem.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, it could also been Deathstroke. Also.
Oh yes. Yeah, spot on.
If you Don't Breathe, if you actually think about that plot, it doesn't make any sense. If you actually think about the plot of Don't Breathe, at least when it comes to the twist, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Josh Brolin was good as Cable, but Stephen Lang I think would have been better.
Yeah.
So I think Stephen Lang would have been better as Cable if he was a bit younger.
He might have been good as Pelion in Star Wars as well, if they had gone that route.
So I'm not saying you can't like it. I'm just saying if you actually think about the plot, at least the twist, it does not make any sense. I mean, the movie itself leading up to that was like decent. It was actually decent, and then like the twist came, and I was like, "What the fuck?" That's just my opinion when I saw it. When Quaritch gets intel that suggests Jake might be living among one of the many Reef clans, he turns his focus to ravaging Reef Village after Reef Village in search of his nemesis. Quaritch's pursuit leads not only to an epic sea battle that pits RDA forces against Jake, Neytiri, and the Metcaina people, but also a very personal confrontation between Quaritch and the two Sully parents. Okay.
They're going to do 3, 4, and 5 after this.
Yeah. He wants to do, like, I think 8 total. I think is what people have said about, like, how many films James Cameron wants to do with the Avatar plot. Yeah. But there it is. Based on the production notes. Now, again, it's speculation based on production notes, but it's not exactly a stretch.
Yeah.
It's not exactly a stretch.
I'm probably going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it in the cinema, I think. I'm just not that interested.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely not watching it in the cinema. Definitely not watching it in the cinema. I mean, if there's nothing else on and I have any morbid inkling to watch it when it's on streaming and if I have the streaming service or whatever, or Sailing the High Seas, we'll see. But I really have no desire at all. Not even out of morbid curiosity at this point. We'll see how I feel when it's out of theaters. But right now, I don't like the first one. First one was like fine at best, but I don't like the first one. And have no desire to see this one. The first one movie is a big bore. I have no inkling to check the second movie out. Yeah, that's how I feel, pretty much. That's how I feel. I have like no, hey Bob, thank you. No desire whatsoever to see it. Even if it was like less than 10 years, I still wouldn't have any desire to it. But yeah, I think the 10 years is going to hurt it a little bit. I think the time is going to hurt it because it's been so long. And it's kind of like gotten to a point where it's like people who might have had any desire to see it, it's going to be like
the hype is dead.
Why should I bother?
And the special effects that carried the first one aren't that uncommon now.
Yeah. And it's 3 hours and 10 minutes long. Like, no. Yeah, also James Cameron did say that testosterone is a toxin men need to purge from their system. So basically he wants them to kind of like change their sexes like dinosaurs in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, just purge the body of the naturally occurring testosterone. Because it's a toxin. Even though women also have testosterone, just not as much as men. So, but James Cameron's a beta, so makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's Kevin Smith-ish now.
Yeah, he's always been kind of that way. It's just now it's kind of coming to the forefront. Because James Cameron's always had like really left-leaning politics.
Yeah.
Again, I don't care about their politics as long as it does not enter the film, but now it's entering these films. Because I've known about Cameron's politics for like years. He's always been like really, really left of center. Yeah, if it flops, what will Cameron blame? Probably straight white men not bothering to see something like, that's accusing them of racism because of what the Na'vi kind of represent.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's also known for being an asshole. Yeah. I can't believe Linda Hamilton was married to him at one point. James Cameron said testosterone is poison. Same dude who made the first 2 Terminator movies, 2 of the manliest movies ever made. Yeah. Ironic.
Aliens, too.
Yeah. Ironic. Now testosterone is a poison. But anyway, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. There it is, folks. Again, this is based off production notes, so it's not like this is definite. But at the same time, it's not exactly a stretch. Not exactly a stretch from those production notes to make a informed assumption of where the plot's going to take us. Yeah, they are insane. They are really insane. But anyway, all right. So the last article is cringe in the sense that it's like, for me, it's the people who still play D&D, play the new editions, despite what Wizards of the Coast have and are still doing. It's projected to do really well, but it's going to depend on the international box office, like the first to hit anything close to $2 billion. You see, the thing is, that's where I think the time difference is going to hurt it in a sense. I'm not saying it's going to. It's definitely not going to bomb. It's definitely not going to bomb. But at the same time, it's like when you've had that long of a wait, where is the interest still there for everyone who wanted to see it? Is it still there? I don't know. No competition, that'll always help. I'm gonna see. I'm actually looking on Flixster to see if the main one is going to be playing in theaters anywhere near me, and I might go see that this weekend if I can. If not, I'm going to see Violent Night again because, I didn't really didn't really talk to my brother about it this evening, but he saw Violent Night as well, and he loved it. He loved Violent Night, so I might go see that again. But anyway, so here it is. Let me just zoom in on this. All right. You kind of love to see it, even though it means that people who have no part in no part in the narrative that's being pushed whatsoever, losing their jobs. Not like saying like no, a bulk of the people are pushing the narrative, but there are some people that will lose their jobs and have like no.
Oh, most of them are following that shit narrative because
I know most of them. I'm saying the few that lose their jobs.
The people who didn't got kicked out. I mean, it was just a few years ago. They fired a lady who did artwork for the Magic the Gathering cards and had all the cards she had made replaced.
Yeah.
Simply because she was following Trump on Twitter. She hadn't said anything, hadn't liked anything. She followed Trump. That was all she had done.
Mm-hmm. I did not see the D&D poster. I'm going to check that out. So I'm saying they fucked over authors.
Hell yes.
And now it's coming back to bite them, at least for the third quarter. Because according to quarterly revenue reports for quarter 3, they've dropped $60 million compared to last year. Good night, right, Kitty? $60 million since last year.
That's a lot for that company too, because this isn't Disney. They don't have as much as the massive ones.
So it says right here. Now I think this is a typo here because it says 2021, but it's talking about 2022. Wizards of the Coast, the creator of Magic the Gathering and D&D, brought in significantly less revenue in the third quarter compared to the same period last year, according to the parent company Hasbro's latest financial reports. Hasbro released its 2022 third quarter financial results on October 18th. These show a substantial loss in its Wizards of the Coast and digital gaming segment, a 16% drop in revenue compared to quarter 3 of 2021, whereas the segment ranked in $360.2 million in 2021, in the same quarter. Its revenue was only $303.5 million for this year's third quarter. Similarly, adjusted operating profits declined from $159 million to $102 million. Hasbro's report chalks much of the revenue loss up to Magic the Gathering sets being scheduled to release in the fourth quarter versus the third quarter. In 2021, there were 2 premiere sets released in quarter 3, which was Adventures in the Forgotten Realms in July and Innistrad Midnight Hunt in September. Even with that, I don't think you would lose $60 million.
No.
Even with that, you would not lose $60 million. You're screwing up other areas. Quarter 3 2022 was relatively sparse for Magic by comparison, thanks to delays to Infinity and the MTG Warhammer 40k decks that pushed these product releases back to October. We still saw Double Masters and Dominaria United release in this time frame, however. So he's trying to spin this as much as he can. Hasbro says the 36% decline in the segment's operating profit is down to a combination of factors including lower revenue, higher production costs, and higher investment in developments. Higher production costs generally means higher cost to buy the shits. That's what happens. It also lists oh, fucking hell, I can't speak tonight. Incremental royalty expenses due to the new Universes Beyond set releases and amortization from the company's D&D Beyond acquisition as contributing factors. Overall, Hasbro saw a 47% decline, 31% when adjusted, in operating profit in quarter 3 2022 compared to last year, despite only a 15% change in revenue. Next to that, Wizards of the Coast results perhaps don't seem so bad. No, that's still bad.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, it's still pretty bad. And to try to spin it that, oh, it's because they didn't what does he say here, that they didn't that they Magic the Gathering sets being scheduled for release in the fourth quarter instead. No. Not as bad as emailing credits, yeah. Yeah, they banned the monkey species to spare black people. Yeah, if you're looking at a monkey species, a fictional monkey species, and seeing a black person, you're the racist.
Yeah, they also saw orcs and thought they were black people.
Yeah. So I'm going to look into when the fourth quarter reports come out and see, because
they're also getting rid of races.
Yeah.
It's going to be species now because racist is a bad word.
Yeah.
They're going to end up with...
even though we're the human race.
Yeah, well, if race is a bad word, what about class and gender?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're basically
they're already taking care of those.
Yeah. Yeah, and they've been trying to get people not to play evil characters too. Just pushing, you have to be heroic, I
always play chaotic neutral characters. I go either way, pretty much.
Nice to animal, batshit crazy against anything else.
Yeah, pretty much.
From what I gather.
I'm always nice to animals. I saved a horse.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Basically, if you wanna get Mora to shut up, just threaten an animal. She goes quiet.
Yeah. He's lucky I'm not next to him, because I'm kind of short of going John Wick on people for anyone who hurts animals. That's pretty much how I am.
Yeah.
Pretty much how I am. So, like I said, one, not this past one, but a previous one. I think it was the one right before it where Teresa and I went to the party. No, it was 1, 2, 3 back, because Laura wasn't there. I saved the horse because there was a horse race at this party, and the asshole who lost was threatening to kill his horse, turn it into meat or something like that. So I bought it off of him.
Yeah,
and just have it on our property.
It's just there.
Yeah, I bought it off of him. I was like, "How much do you want for him?" And he's like, he gave me a uber cheap price. I was like, sold. So I saved the horse. That's how I am. Yeah, I'd be John Wick pretty much.
Ironically, though, animals tend to do damage to Mora.
Yeah, it's the irony.
Yeah, it's a thing. If ever there's a monster, Mora's like Kenny on South Park. It goes after, and I rolled for it.
I wasn't even attacking the beast. I was away from the lizard beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teresa was going to feed my pet to this monster.
Yeah, it's bait.
This giant beast, this giant sea beast that like would have like barely noticed this whistle puppy being flown into his mouth. She's ready to sacrifice to distract this beast, and I'm sitting there going, I can't metagame because I knew the reason why that creature was there, because kind of like Stig pretty much like was telling me like in DMs that he was going to create a pet for me. So it's like the Teresa was ready to sacrifice it to this. God love you, Teresa. It wouldn't have mattered. The beast was huge.
It would be like King Kong eating a peanut.
Yes, like it would not have noticed. You're ready to yeet this. Like
It would have been hilarious
like
though.
the gift with Rafiki yeeting Simba. That's what you were ready to do.
Yeah, she said she held him up like Simba to toss him.
Held up like Simba. She's ready to eat him.
It would have been hilarious though if she like you just got that pet and then Teresa
would have actually been so pissed.
tosses it into the mouth of a monster.
I actually would have been pissed because I knew why the creature was there, but I can't metagame. At least not while it's going on. But that's like a picture, yeah, like the meme. Like that's exactly how I picture your character. You were ready to just to yeet this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she didn't. And now my pet is thin again. So Stig is happy that he can whistle instead of doing the sound he normally had to make. But that's because his die hated him. So yeah, Teresa went from dog lover to survivalist and like with the quickness. Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, all right. So,
I'm waiting for the day when Teresa uses her bow and does that rolls a 1, and then instead of shooting you, she shoots your animal.
No,
we left our animal. That's the only one who hasn't been shot yet.
Well, Clemens hasn't been shot.
No, if it hits that one too, that would have been great. Shoots her own cat.
Oh my god! It's like she will like become depressed if that happens. That's why we leave our pets at home. That's why. You know, God, like bless your heart, Teresa. I love you, but we don't let you anywhere. We don't let you behind us. We don't even let you to the side of us at this point because you somehow shot me while I was to your side. I don't know how that worked with your roll. But anyway.
Imagine though when we play the 80s game and if Teresa's character gets an Uzi or a bazooka.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I'm actually looking forward to that Call of Cthulhu. I'm looking forward to that.
No.
But anyway, here I wanted to show you she even shot herself.
Stabbed herself, really.
Well, I'm saying like she injured herself like somehow. But I wanted to find that article. Hold on. I wanted to find that article to show another reason why I had any trepidation with the Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Where is that article? All right, here it is. I just want to show it. Like this is another reason why I have some. Okay, so it's real fast, and then we're gonna start winding this down. This article right here. Transformers Rise of the Beast will change its most iconic character, director says, and it's Optimus Prime. And this is what gives me a little bit of a trepidation in case Peter Cullen's coming back to the voice. All right.
Never change an icon.
Yeah, I'm saying in a video interview with Black Girl Nerds, Capel Jr., he's the director, explained that Optimus Prime will have a completely different and slightly disillusioned mindset regarding Earth and humanity in Rise of the Beast. The movie is set to be a sequel to both 2018's Bumblebee, which took place in the late 1980s, and a quasi-prequel to the Transformers films helmed by Michael Bay. On the relationship between Optimus Prime and his maximal equal Optimus Primal, Cable Jr. says the two Optimuses won't be best friends at first hook. Yeah, we know that pretty much.
So Ron Perlman, who looks like an ape, is going to voice the gorilla.
Yeah, pretty much. On the subject of Optimus Prime, Capel Jr. said, "We find Optimus Prime in a new place and a new mindset with a different perspective. We know him as, I'm going to protect Earth, and now he starts off differently. He's like, I'm stuck here, I'm trying to get back home. Who are these humans?" So we see the growth in who Optimus Prime becomes while introducing new characters like Optimus Primal, who might be more of a vet when it comes to humanity and understanding the global threats and how we need to work together. That'll be the biggest surprise, how the characters enter the film and come out the other side.
Well, that's bullshit, because Optimus Prime was the same character before he got to Earth. He had the same mindset before he arrived. So, yeah, this guy's retconning a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not trying to put a damper on anyone's desire to see this movie, but I read this article. I nearly covered it today in the part of the video, and it's like really, really. I mean, I was on the fence, pretty much still on the fence when it comes to Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Still might out of morbid curiosity see it, but just that alone, changing Optimus Prime to Jake Prime, it seems.
Yeah.
To Optimus Jake Prime, whatever you want to call him. It does not sit well with me. In G1, the first thing he does is save and protect humans when the Decepticons attack an oil rig. Yes.
Yeah.
Having the Beast Wars Transformers should be its own movie altogether. I enjoyed the hell out of the show back in the day. Yeah. There's a website that I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna binge the Beast Wars. It has all 3 seasons, and I used to watch it too. I loved Beast Wars. Because my question in my video today was like, where the fuck is Dinobot? But I agree with you. I agree. The Beast Wars Transformers should be in their own movie first. Should be their own movie first, and then merge them with the Autobots, pretty much. So, yeah, I'm saying does not sit well with me. Does not sit well with me. Yeah. I didn't see anything really past the 3rd one. I don't even remember watching the 3rd one. So to find out that he was not only in the 4th one, but wasted, just pisses me off even more. Because why was he in the 4th one? Makes absolutely no fucking sense. But anyway. No, I'm saying in the movies. In the movies, if you want to kind of, when I say merge, I mean like, then have them like work with the Autobots, things like that. When I say merge, I'm not saying like merge the actual series and things like that. I'm saying have it start out like their own film and then bring them into like where they're working with the Autobots. So yeah, sounds like a watch on the high seas. Yeah, but anyway, there it is. That's again why I'm really hesitant to even see this in theaters. So chances are I won't see it in theaters unless someone else, like one of my siblings or someone, wants to see it. But anyway, but I'm not really going to go out of my way to see it in theaters. That's like my perspective. But anyway, so but there it is. That is the cringe for this week, and there's plenty of cringe to sift through. So narrowed it down to 3 to keep this relatively short.
It wasn't too bad today.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. There was one with Jennifer Lawrence and how like completely fucking retarded she was. Saying that prior to her starring role in the Hunger Games movies, there was no female lead in action films. Got properly ratioed for that on Twitter.
Oh, Variety deleted the thing too.
Yeah, pretty much. But not, I mean, I would say most everything is around the shit level. I did see Violent Night. I very much enjoyed Violent Night. I also saw Bullet Train in theaters. I enjoyed that as well. So there are rare occurrences where there are films that you do find enjoyment in, even coming from the entertainment industry as it stands now.
Also, some good indie movies. I tweeted out today that the Mythica movies.
Mm-hmm.
There's 5 of them, low budget but rich in heart. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That series is getting a sequel too through Kickstarter actually, and that's the if you want to see D&D movies, watch the Mythical ones. They're awesome.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go
Getting
after this stream. I gotta look up the D&D poster because that's a movie I would have watched out of morbid curiosity. I don't think it's gonna be good.
No, it's gonna be woke.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say it's necessarily woke, but it's not gonna be good. I just need to see more of it to like make any type of woke conclusion. But it's not. I don't think it's gonna be good at all.
It's also gonna be full of 5th edition stuff because Wizards of the
Yeah,
Coast has a rule.
that's what's giving me
Yeah,
like major
because
pause.
every D&D product has to follow the current rule set and lore. That goes for video games too.
Yeah, you should watch. If you haven't seen Bullet Train, go watch that. Yeah, Logan was after Revenant. Yeah, Logan was good. Logan was a good send off for that character, and
yeah,
I'm not exactly happy that he's coming back. Even if it's like set prior to the events in Logan, I'm not happy because it kind of cheapens his character to come back.
Oh, they're bringing him back, him and Tobey Maguire for a movie too.
Yeah,
to try and sell.
Yeah,
I'm not sure which one it was. Upcoming Avengers, maybe. I don't know what it was.
I really don't pay attention to that shit because it's all bad. It's all bad, but like in front of the camera and behind the camera, pretty much. It's like a dumpster fire, most properties. But anyway, so there's the cringe for the week. So next week will be this the breakdown for the movie Hot Fuzz. Now, if you've not watched Hot Fuzz at all, and you want to participate in the conversation, I would suggest between now and next Wednesday watching it. It's one of my favorite films, pretty much of all time. It was my number 1 in the top 10 buddy films that we just did last week. I absolutely love the movie. I can quote it. I could break it down without even really showing anything, pretty much. But I am going to not show scenes, but like at least bring up stills of scenes so you know what I'm talking about. But I know that movie pretty much like the back of my hand. So I love Hot Fuzz. So tune in for that. Next Wednesday. It's the second movie in the Cornetto trilogy of movies by Shane Wright.
Are we doing a top 10 next week?
Not next week, no, week after. And that's
okay.
So in 2 weeks, because I'm not sure what the schedule is going to be like between Christmas and New Year's, in 2 weeks, it'll be the top 10 1980s films. I'm going to say 1980s films. I mean, your top one from 1980, top one from 1981, top from 1982, and so on. So your top, I'm going to figure out a title for that, but it's not just top 10 80s movies of all time. So it's like your top movie for each year in the 1980s, from 1980 to 89.
Yeah, one per year.
One per year. So it's not like in order of enjoyment necessarily. It's order of year.
Yeah. So the 10 would be 1980, 9 would be 81.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say I'm trying to add more. Not that these Cringe Factory streams aren't entertaining in some parts, but I'm trying to add more streams where it's actually entertaining because it's something that's not going to make you want to drink entertaining. And Hot Fuzz, one of them. Like I said, it's one of my favorite movies. I absolutely love it. So watch it if you haven't watched it. If you need a refresher and you want to participate, watch it between now and next Wednesday, the 14th, because that's when the breakdown is going to happen. About the same time as we normally do Cringe Factory. So tune in for that. Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China would likely be on my list, but I got to go through all the movies that came out each year so I can narrow it down. Because I've seen quite a bit of films. But anyway, and so before I let everybody know where he can find him, tomorrow, normally I would be streaming on Twitch in the evening, but because I completely forgot, because I'm kind of an idiot, I had to wake up uber early the next day on Friday morning. So I can't exactly stay up late on Thursday evening. So what I'm going to try to do is stream on Twitch, test everything, do it like kind of a test stream on Twitch in the afternoon. Maybe play some Call of Duty multiplayer, just shoot some shit pretty much, but just as a test stream. And rather than go live in the evening, because I won't be able to do it that. And then Friday, I'll try to put a video out. I can't promise anything because I'll be gone for most of the day. And I won't be able to stream at all Friday evening because, again, I have to wake up early the next day. Saturday, I'll figure out what channel Talk Nerdy to Us is going to be on, because we did talk amongst in our DMs that we cannot skip this week and next week. So I'm assuming it's going to be on Steph's channel because it's supposed to be on her channel like the last 2 times. So I'm assuming it's going to be on Steph's channel this weekend, and it's going to be on my channel next weekend. So I'll figure it out, and I'll let everybody know on Twitter and things like that. So definitely going to have Talk Nerdy to Us later on this week. So that's my tentative schedule. Steeg, let everybody know where they can find you and all that fun stuff.
Well, next Saturday, we're doing the last book stream thing of the year on Teresa's channel. We're closing in on the last third of the Elf Stones of Shannara. So we're close to finishing another book. And then I have your top 10 thing. That's it. That's what I have left for the year.
And
So
if you're up for the Hot Fuzz discussion, you're more than welcome to join. But again, it's only if you're up. I don't expect you to be up because you're 6 hours ahead of me. So
I need to rewatch it too. So yeah, basically you won't find me anywhere. Almost. I can avoid being not seen if I wish.
Yeah, sure, Aragorn.
Hey, I'm from
but
the
to
north.
disappear entirely, that's a rare gift.
Yeah, I'm from the north. I do a lot of hiking. I qualify.
Yeah, there you go. But anyway, so, and I do promise I'll be back on this channel, not this Friday, most likely the following Friday. So it would be the 16th? The 16th. I'm going to try to shoot for a solo live stream in the afternoon. Yeah, I'll be going back to Lethal's Twitch after this as well. So, because I mod for him. But anyway, thank you all for hanging out with us. Again, next week is Hot Fuzz. So watch that. And I'd say try not to let the cringe get to you. It's going to be there regardless. Just laugh at it and watch stuff that you actually love. Go back to the old stuff. Go back to the old TV series, cartoons, things like that. Ignore most of what's coming out now. Ignore most, because if you don't want to have like a heart attack this Christmas, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back and watch the original Beast Wars cartoons. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch the Hellraiser trilogy. Well, I'm going to catch up on a bunch of stuff.
Go watch the Mythica movies.
Yeah, I'm going to be catching up on a bunch of stuff between Christmas and New Year's. I'm going to be binging a lot of stuff. And it's going to be older stuff. Good stuff. Subjectively good stuff and objectively good stuff. Watch that. Don't let the new stuff get to you. All right,
you don't have to watch something simply because it's new.
Yeah. Or anything like that. So, and if it's, or like I said, don't let the politics and the entertainment industry get to you, pretty much. So yeah. Ben-Hur 1956 is actually a remake of Ben-Hur from the 1920s.
Well, technically not, because it's a historical person.
No, I'm saying the movie, like there was a 1920, when I say there was a 1920s film, and then they made it again in 1956, and they made it again. 2016? No, 2018.
Yeah,
anyway.
I did one.
So, so when I say Hollywood's been doing this shit since like it's like infancy, like pretty much it. They've been remaking movies, topics, things like that since pretty much its infancy.
Even Dirty Rotten Scoundrels is a remake, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a remake.
And the Blob.
Yeah, I'm saying like Hollywood's been doing it. So people railing against remakes, I'm like, the only time I have a problem with it, and I will be wrapping this up, folks. Don't worry. The only time I have a problem with it is when it's a blatant cash grab. Because it's as creatively bankrupt as Hollywood is now, as people claim Hollywood is. They've been doing this literally since the 1920s, 30s. They've been remaking their own stuff. There was a movie that was remade in the same decade with one of the actors reprising his role. Like, literally. Same plot. Just several
Peter
years apart.
Dinklage was in a remake of a movie he was already in. The one with Death at the Funeral.
Death at the Funeral. Yeah, the British version, which I prefer, and then the American remake, which is okay. But anyway, so there it is, folks. So on that note, that's like I gave my schedule. This is where you can find Stieg. Again, Hot Fuzz next week, so watch it, folks. Watch it so we can have a fun discussion. So good night. Stay safe. Have a good rest of your day or evening, depending on where you are in the world. And we will see you all later on. Good night.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.